Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Christine and this is Conscious and Cute. I post about happy, sustainable living. If you're interested in that, please stick around and subscribe. For today, I have a what I eat in a day video for you. I was kind of hesitant to try this because obviously I am not a diet channel, I'm not a vegan channel, and I don't really necessarily want to show you what I eat and tell you what to eat, but I thought it would be a fun twist to show you what I eat and what of it is sustainable, what is zero waste, how do I try to be more sustainable in what I eat. Basically, I just want to give you some tips on how to be more sustainable when you eat, and I'm also kind of challenging myself to be more sustainable. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into what I ate in that day. So on the day I recorded this what I eat in a day, I woke up kind of late, actually around 10 or 10:30, and when I finally came to making some breakfast, I was really hungry, and I noticed I still had two leftover pieces of bread, and I just decided to toast those and eat them with some honey before I got into any other meal, and I ate some fresh strawberries with that. So for anyone who wonders, I am not a vegan, I am a flexitarian, I guess you would call it, so I do eat honey. And then I also made some coffee with my French press. I featured this in one of my videos if you're interested in how I make my coffee and my breakfast. Yeah, I just buy my beans in bulk. Since it was 11 a.m., my roomie was making noodles, so I'm having my breakfast and she was having her lunch. And here's my coffee. I use these sweetener tablets, which I buy in little bags, which is basically a refill for the packs, and then I drink it with vegan soy milk. I basically only drink vegan milk because I do prefer it, and you know, it is more healthier, it is more sustainable, so that is a choice I make. I am also slightly lactose intolerant, as many are, so I do enjoy this type of milk. So yeah, this is what my coffee looks like. I drink it with quite a bit of milk. I mean, a lot of people would say that's not a way to drink coffee, but I do enjoy my coffee with a lot of milk and sweetener as well. If I do drink coffee in the afternoon, I drink it with either one sweetener or no sweeteners. But yeah, here's me sipping my coffee while doing some work. On this particular day, I was working from home the entire day, so you will see me eat at my laptop way too often because I don't really eat with my roomie. She usually eats at different times, or as you saw before, she's eating noodles when I'm eating breakfast, and that doesn't really match. But yeah, I'm just doing some work here, sipping my coffee, and I had the bread before, so it kept me full for a little while. In the morning, I'm usually not that hungry. But since I was sitting at my desk the whole day, I did end up snacking a lot, which you will see later in the video. It's kind of a trend that happens with me when I work from home. I try to make proper meals, but I do end up snacking often because it's just so much easier. Then pretty soon after that, of course I was hungry because I only ate a little bit of bread, so it was time for lunch. And I did have two other slices of bread from a new pack that I could eat, so I decided to cut up some cucumber, and then I warmed up some soup that I had made a few days before. I don't remember exactly what was in here, but I'm guessing I put in some leek, as I usually do. I'm intolerant to onions, so I usually don't do that. And then I put in some, I think, carrots, tomatoes, probably some paprika or something like that. So yeah, it was a pretty yummy soup. And then I toasted my bread and put on this vegan, or is it vegan? Might be vegetarian actually, I'm not sure, but like a vegetarian slice of meat, and which I think is pretty cool. It comes in a 75% recyclable packaging, so that is a step up from it being completely plastic. So I do prefer this brand, even though it is a meat brand, and there's like a few divided opinions on this, but I do like to support brands that choose to make a difference and go from making meat products to vegan products. And then I'm also eating some smoked salmon because I do enjoy that from time to time to get some natural omegas. And I do eat some fish. I do eat some meat as well, but not at home usually. But fish once in a while I'll do eat at home. And then I put the cucumber on there, and that was a pretty good lunch. Just getting rid of some stuff in the fridge and also getting some good nutrients in there. Although I probably could have done with some greens in this meal, but I did have greens for dinner, so I'm pretty good on that. And then in my soup, I basically had only vegetables and then some vegetable stock. And then here I'm just seasoning it with pepper and salt, which I always do. I do enjoy quite a bit of salt in my meals because I do have low blood pressure, so I don't really have to worry about salt as much. Actually, they recommend I eat more salt, so listen to your doctor, guys. And then with that, I am making some carbonated water, which is tap water that I kind of filter with the charcoal stick. It doesn't do that much, but it does add some minerals, and it does improve the tastes quite a bit, actually, especially if you have tap water that kind of has like a weird taste. This can definitely help. And then I use my soda stream, and I have perfectly zero waste, almost zero waste carbonated water. So that's pretty cool. And I'm just putting it in my trusty Starbucks cup, which you've probably seen on my channel or on my Instagram before. This has been going on for a while. Probably should get like a glass variety of this one, because I know it's not great to keep plastic too long. But for now, it's pretty sturdy. It's doing good. Still loving it. So I had that meal at my computer again on my phone as well. I'm kind of multitasking here because I was watching a Korean show, also talking to my friends on my phone. So I'm not working while I'm eating, but I'm still at my computer. And honestly, I should probably figure out a way to entertain myself during dinner or lunch that's not behind my computer. But I just ate 2 of those slices. They're pretty thick slices of bread. It's also gluten-free, which I need because I'm gluten intolerant, but it also it's usually a little heavier, the bread. Like if I eat regular bread, or if I were to eat regular bread, I would eat more slices, but with the gluten-free, 2 is usually enough. Or if it's a smaller bread, I do like 4. So that was my lunch. Then after lunch, I was craving something sweet, so I grabbed one of these gluten-free, what would you call it, almond cakes that has a little bit of jam in there. And yeah, this is packaged, but that's sadly the truth with a lot of gluten-free stuff. And honestly, I'm not gonna bake everything because first of all, I'm not that good at it, and second of all, it takes a lot of time. But then I had some coffee, and afterwards, I guess I was still a little hungry because I was snacking on these gluten-free quinoa chips. So yeah, these are pretty good because you do get quite a bit of protein when you're just snacking. It's better than potato chips in that way. And then here is a clip of me preparing my dinner, which is actually already prepared because I do meal prep. And a lot of people think meal prepping is a hassle, but honestly, it saves me so much time. But I do usually only meal prep for like 2 to 4 days at a maximum. I'm not gonna meal prep for an entire week because I do get sick of eating the same thing. But I think here was day 3 of having the same thing, and I hadn't gotten sick of it yet. So I had quinoa, which I kind of cooked and fried up with some vegetable broth, which gives it a lot of taste actually. And then I had broccoli, and I want to say chop soy or pak soy or whatever you want to call it. No, chop soy that's the Chinese dish. What's it called? Pak soy? Yeah, that's what it's called. And then I had that with some grilled tofu and some mushrooms. And then I topped it off with some sweet and sour sauce from a bottle. That stuff, honestly, if you want to make like a healthy vegan meal and then have a little bit of an extra taste to put on there when you're lazy, just get like a shit ton of different sauces. We have ketchup curry, we have this sauce, we have tamari soy sauce because that's gluten-free, we have mayonnaise, all sorts of things, and it just makes an easy meal taste that much better. So I do recommend just investing in sauces. So yeah, here's me cleaning up the kitchen while my dinner is in the microwave. This doesn't always happen, but especially when my meal takes a while to heat up, then I do try to clean the kitchen, Oh, and as you can see here, I put a plate on my plate in the microwave. That's kind of like an easy way to use cling film or something like cling film that's zero waste if you want your microwave to stay clean. And it does work, I use it all the time. It's kind of convenient. But this is what it looks like. Honestly, I love this type of thing. It's pretty healthy. It's pretty easy. and it's yummy in my opinion. But you do have to add a lot of flavor, a lot of spices, you know, seasoning, especially the vegetable broth. Honestly, life hack, tastes really good. And I do get my vegetable stock bulk. It's like a powder, and I buy it in bulk, completely zero waste, so that makes it even more sustainable. And of course, this is a vegan meal again, with the tofu and the quinoa and the mushrooms giving me protein. So I do eat quite a bit of plant-based meals actually. I definitely don't always eat vegan or plant-based, but at home I prefer to cook without meat right now because it's just less of a hassle and it ensures that I eat more vegan stuff. And then sometimes I cook some fish or we use some cheese, stuff like that. And then in restaurants I might go for some meat, or when I'm visiting friends, stuff like that. But in the end, it kind of works out to being, I want to say like 70% vegan, which is pretty good, you know, because I tried to be fully vegan and it just didn't work for me. And I ended up falling back into meat and cheese and all of that stuff. So doing almost vegan just works for me. And then after dinner, of course, I am a sweet tooth, so I ate some marshmallows, which were vegan, I think. I'm not 100% sure. And then my roommate had some leftover Nalu energy drink, so I drank that every once in a while. I like that. And then she gave me these sweets, which were kind of entangled, and she thought I would think it was funny, which I did. And I ate those as well. They were good. I know I love those types of candy. And then a while after dinner, I was still working, so I kind of got hungry again. And we had just frozen a ton of bananas in the freezer. So I decided to make kind of like an ice cream slash smoothie bowl type of situation. So I put in a peach, I think it's called. Yeah, peach or nectarine, whatever. Then I put in the frozen banana, which we freeze in little plastic containers, so we don't use any bags for that. That's a great zero waste tip actually, that not a lot of people think of for some reason. Just freeze your plastic containers, or even glass if you're safe, but I don't do that. And then I mixed it up, and then I think I added some soy milk, but I'm not really sure what I added, some liquid. And honestly, it could have done with less liquid, because I did end up adding about half of another banana to make it more of like a nice cream texture. It ended up being kind of like a smoothie bowl, more texture wise, but it was really, really yummy. Definitely recommend making this because it's so good. Such a good healthy snack, you know, like it has a lot of calories, but it is healthy. I just put it in a little bowl, and that was a chunk of banana falling out. I didn't notice until I was eating it. And then I topped it off with some of my homemade granola. I do have a video about that, the same video where I show my coffee on how I make that, but it's just really nice to add on to things like yogurt or an ice cream or whatever you're making. Gives it that nice crunch. And then I also added some hemp seeds, even though they are already in the granola mixture. But I did want to add some extra protein, and I do like their texture, so I just added some extra hemp seeds in there. And I love it. It's just such a good texture. It doesn't really taste like anything though. That was it for what I eat in a day. If you enjoyed this, please let me know by giving it a big thumbs up, subscribing, and maybe commenting that you want to see more of this. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!